Hello, and welcome, dear viewers, to a Tales Holiday Special. Today, we will be playing Candela Obscura, which just released the full rulebook recently. It is sort of a steampunk paranormal investigation. It's run on the Illuminated World system, and it's very similar mechanics-wise to Shadowrun. Should definitely go check it out. All of the above. Each of these beautiful people will be playing a character archetype that has moves based on what role they play. Each character has a certain amount of drives and resistances in the skills that their roles are specialized for. To play this game, you need a pool of d6s, with at least one that is visually different to act as your gilded die. When a player takes an action, such as making a sense roll, they'll look at the colored in pips underneath their skill to see how many dice they need to roll. If there's one pip, you get one die to try and succeed that roll, so on and so forth. There are no pips. You can still attempt the roll, but you roll 2 dice and take the lowest result. You'll notice a little diamond on the side of the skill. If that diamond is filled in, it means you replace one of your die with a gilded die. If at any time you take that gilded die's result, you will earn back one of your drives in that skill that you rolled for. Now, what are these drives that we speak of? Well, you'll notice that whatever skill your character is best in will have the most drives you can use. When rolling for any of the actions under that skill, you can use a drive to add dice to your roll. You can use multiple drives at the same time, so there's no real limit to how many drives you're spending in one turn. This increases the chances that you'll likely succeed the roll, obviously, considering that all you need is one of those dice to roll a 6. If you get multiple 6s, it's a critical success. Anything lower than that, and it gets a little complicated. So, without further ado, I will casually mention that you should check out our sponsors. You should see the link in the chat directing you to their pages. There's all kinds of things to check out, from Fernway's handmade dice to Day 20's special TTRPG editions, and even GameStop discounts. Bruh. And I will introduce you to our fantastic players. Sabrina.
Hi, howdy.
Hello.
My name's Sabrina. Today I will be playing Dr. Arden Evergreen. They, if you could not tell my name, are a doctor. Very full of energy, very full of life, and very full of herself.
Oh, we love it. And Tori.
Hello, I'm Tori. I'm from Level 1 Geek, and I will be playing Pietro the Peculiar, who is a magician. He's a common street magician, but he's recently become very interested in true magic.
And Mika.
Howdy, I'm Mika from Roll D5. Today I am playing Lemon. One word, like Mika, the artist Mika. I'm not named after him, 2 separate people. Lemon is just kind of showed up one day after witnessing something, and he's like, hey, I can be helpful. I can be muscle. Let me in on this. And so he's just happy to be there.
I love it. And last but definitely not least, Mel.
What, me? Okay. Hi, everybody.
you.
I'm Mel, otherwise known as Figuring It All Out. You guys can actually find me here on Tales on Wednesdays, as, you know, we're playing Wednesday when Galia's off this week. Then Galia will be back next week, though, where you can find me playing Alma, but today I am playing Sombra, the occultist of the group, who is the odd one of the bunch, to put it mildly, as odd as it can get, considering the setting that this game takes place in. And we'll see what spooky vibes she brings to the party and potentially creep other people out like the doctor, so.
I'm excited. I'm ready. Okay. Let me get some nice, light-hearted, Christmassy vibes going real quick. Where are we at? So, we zoom in on the city of New Fair. It sprawls across the land with buildings that reach towards the sky, growing ever taller as the years pass. Smoke roils out in columns from various stacks atop the buildings, factories billowing out the most dark soot into the sky. Light, fluffy flakes of snow are made gray with the contamination in the air as they slowly fall to the ground. The streets of the city are made soft with a blanket of this vaguely gray, fluffy substance in some places. In others, it sits in piles pushed to the sides of the street, turned swampy brown and gray by dirt and detritus thrown out into the streets. Under normal circumstances, these streets would be dreary and colorless. But today, there are strands of lights. Big fat bulbs with thick colored glass are strewn across street lamps, over windows and storefronts. Brilliant metal and glass ornaments dangling from garlands and wreaths on doors and walls. The long night approaches, and the festival of lights has begun, bringing a sense of brightness and cheer. People gather, bundled in their layers of fabric, listening to singers in the main gathering spaces of the city. Bright, uplifting music dances through the air like magic on the wings of snowflakes. Children lay in the discolored snow, creating strange connected shapes of winged creatures. They roll the snow into balls to create castles and men. We see one child roll down a hill. Their face is bright red in the cold, laughter bubbling up out of them with every tumble. And as they clamber to their feet, brushing snow from their wool coat, they see a shape in the snow. "Hello? Are you all right?" The small voice echoes through the space to no answer. Confused, they move forward and reach out to touch the snow-covered person-shaped shadow. They dust the snow from a cold blue face that is stretched grotesquely into a scream, and immediately they startle backwards. The cheery music muted behind the blood that rushes in their ears, and the peal of their own scream ripping through the air. A few streets away, in a, rather odd storefront, a group gathers. A group that is just perfect for solving what is happening here to these people in New Fair. The room is made with dark wood, polished nicely. A set of 5 chairs sits around a table. Who is the first to walk into the chapter house? Who's the, I guess maybe Lemon.
I think Lemon has just been there the whole time. He is devouring just all the books that are there because he just wants to be helpful. He knows he's there as the muscle, but he knows that's not enough. He needs to know. He knows he's never going to be the expert. He's not going to be Sombra, but he has this desire to know things. Part of this stems from the fact that he was accepted to the university, but for various reasons had to drop out. So this is kind of his way back into academia.
What does Lemon look like? What are we looking at
So
here?
Lemon, I think Lemon, very 1920s kind of newsies. He's got the Henley shirt, with the buttons, just those 3 buttons right here. Got the suspenders, kind of the newsies cap. Just a very, very classic look. And blonde hair, which is probably where the name Lemon comes from. It's a nickname. No one really It feels like no one knows his actual name because he's just been called Lemon for so long. That's just how he introduces himself at this point.
That's cute. So as Lemon is devouring books, hanging out in the chapter house, who walks in next?
Go ahead. um, so
no,
Som,
no, don't
no,
me,
you do
you.
it. You go. Go, goddammit. So Sombra will actually walk in. She most likely would have closed her shop just because an urgent meeting is pressing, and seeing as how she's from the Brittleborn Woodsy area, she uses that to her advantage to appease to the common folks of New Fair for all of their forbidden witchy needs, doing tarot readings and all that other sorts of things. Um, she'll walk in and she'll have like a long cloak on, which she'll take off and hang up, and she has like an all black dress that it's like the one sheet of fabric that's like cinched like 1920s style, like right in the middle, and it just looks like she grabbed something from like a curtain and just kind of draped it over. It's like older and worn. It's not new by any stretch of the imagination, but she could care less. Um, her hair is like, all done up and stuff, looking a little bit presentable for the outside, but she has, for lack of a better word, war paint on one side of her face and a bright red lip, and she has lots of trinkets kind of decorated here and there to appease more of her witchy side. Um, and she kind of has like that flappers look, very tall, very like lean. Um, someone who you can easily just blend into a crowd and kind of be looked over. Nothing really um, outstanding, so to speak.
Except maybe like the war paint.
Except the war paint,
Other than
Also
that,
sponsored by. Just kidding, please. Okay, all right, okay, all right. I'm gonna say
No,
Dr.
no, you see, the
Evergreen.
actual the history of the flappers, actually, the war paint was a common addition to flappers of the 1920s. It
Uh-huh.
represented the true soul of the flapper, the whole I'm a woman, I don't give a damn. I'm here to party. I am in charge of myself. I don't really know enough about the flappers to keep going on about this. So I'm going to shut up now. Giggle water. It's a term from the 20s for alcohol. That's it. I'm done.
I love it. Absolutely. And
Dr.
next,
Evergreen.
Dr.
Dr.
Evergreen.
Evergreen walks in, and they have this really long red like pin curl hair that they tuck to one side, and they're in this tweed vest with a like white button up underneath it, with matching auburn tweed pants and a doctor's coat as well as a green bow tie, and they're walking in and just flipping through their notes and sees that Lemon is reading a book. And as always, Evergreen has obviously read this book before, and goes and grabs their annotated copy and puts it down in front of Lemon.
Yes, yes, this is what I was looking for. Where was it? Where did you put it?
It's with all my books.
Where do you put your
I'm
books? I
not
feel
going
like I can
anywhere.
never. That's why. Okay, maybe I should just
Yeah.
wait for you before I start. Thank you so much. I feel
You
like I
should
can just always
always
count on
agree.
you.
That's so smart. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't. I just,
Exactly.
sometimes I just want to be just on top of things, and so I go do things myself, and I just forget. Hey, the good doctor's here to help.
The good doctor is here to help. You
God,
are
I love
so
your
smart,
notes.
Lemon. Oh,
Thank you. Oh, it's well, cute.
and
Stop it.
kind of like brushing off the situation that just happened, he goes back to his notes and starts flipping through. and walking away from Lemon.
Alrighty. And Pietro, strolling in last.
Yes. And stroll he does. Very casually. Not looks like he's never been rushed in all of his life. And he steps in from the cold, kind of shakes his shake my whole desk. Shakes his coat off, brushes the snow off. He's got a very nice red coat. He's a showman, and he dresses like it. So, got a nice red coat that kind of stands out. It's got just like a little bit of gold trim. Definitely not real gold. He's not rich, but he likes to look nice. And he's got dark hair, a neat mustache, and like a very closely trimmed beard, and just a perpetual little twinkle in his eye. So he comes in and kicks the snow off of his boots and sits down casually at the table.
Immediately, Lemon stops reading his book, looks at Pietro, and says, "Got a trick for me today?"
You know I don't do those for free. Are you paying customer?
I can tell you the history of war paint on flappers.
I care nothing for these. What are we here for anyway? What is the big thing going on? I had to cancel a show for this, so I hope it is worth it.
And as you mention this, from the doorway right behind you, silhouetted, is a dark figure. Her skin is kind of the color of a cocoa bean. She's got these dark, piercing eyes, bald completely, in a kind of like a long-sleeved dress. She takes off her outer jacket. And that is what we're here to discuss. Her voice comes from behind you. Please have a seat.
I imagine Sombra would have gone to actually make tea for everybody and puts a pot like right in the center. You spoke too soon, Pietro.
I spoke right on time.
Well, it's rude to keep a lady waiting.
I'm sitting, I'm waiting for you all to hear the brief. What is going on?
Okay. She walks over very elegantly, sits down, lays out her jacket over the chair, and it's at this time that you can see her scar. The dark black and silver webbing that kind of like goes all down one arm. She reaches out for the cup of tea to take a little sip. Well, unfortunately, it would seem the OUP got there first. Otherwise, we would have known about this problem. But there have been a couple of murders recently that have flown under our radar. Which is why I need all of you to get on this as soon as possible. Are you awake and ready?
Well, do you have any more information than just murders? No offense, people get murdered here. Not every day, but it is not always supernatural.
I know that this most recent, I'm waiting for some more word from connection that we have with the OUP. But this most recent one appears to have died of hypothermia in a matter of hours. Not 12 hours, like 5 hours. So we think, anyway. He was found by a child unfortunately. He had an expression of fear on his face, and his skin was blue and black. It looked like he had been out there for days. But according to his neighbors, it had only been maybe 5 hours since they hadn't seen him.
With Dr. Evergreen's knowledge of medical mysteries, would she know anything of any similar cases that have ever happened?
Dr. Evergreen would historically know that hypothermia in these temperatures that you guys regularly experience, to that degree, does not happen in just a few hours.
Got it.
It takes several, and then some, in order for it to get quite to that level.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Expedited death. It sounds riveting. It'd be quite the mystery to solve.
Yes, and I'm hoping you guys can very quickly.
I think Lemon, a little overeager, already has his jacket on. He's putting his scarf on, just ready to head out there.
I'm glad to see Lemon is ready to go.
Which neighborhood is this in?
The one today was found in the Varnish. There was caroling going on for this festival of lights, and one of the children rolled down a hill and there was a body. You could maybe start by asking around that area.
You said there were other murders, yes?
Mm-hmm.
What else has happened?
I don't know much about the other ones aside from that they did happen. I've not gotten any report on their names yet. I'm working on it. I'm just waiting to hear back from that contact. But they died in a similar manner.
Is it a possibility for us to look at the bodies?
You could look at ours at least. If you have a way of sneaking your way into the OUP's labs, you could always.
Oh, yeah, we got
check
this.
there.
We can do that. Right, team? Yeah, easy. We can do that.
Sure,
Yes.
why not?
It is
No.
child's play. I have snuck into many other places besides that.
I knew it,
But
Pietro.
perhaps we start with our body, since that is easy. Yes, Doctor?
Yes, that would be much easier.
This child that found the body, do you think we'd be able to speak with them?
Perhaps the child was. She pulls a little notebook out of her breast pocket, flips over. Christian Bull. His mother is Sophia Bull from the Varnish.
That's a
Not
place
the
to
Varnish,
start.
but, they've got a shop in the Varnish. From what I gather, it's just mostly hats and masks.
Oh, hats. I think I got my hat from there.
I could
Entirely
use a
possible.
new
says
hat.
as he- Yeah, good quality stuff.
She gives you the address of the storefront, as well as the kind of like town square area that the body was found in.
So, child's name is Christian,
Christian Bull.
and then mother's name is Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Notes for me.
Not for you.
Not for me. Then maybe that should be our first stop.
You don't want to look at body first.
Might give us more insight depending on what the child has to say.
Split the team. Split the team.
You never split a party at a TTRPG! My god!
You fool! What are you doing?
This sounds like a great idea.
Of course the GM says it's a great idea. Of course they do.
Sounds like just a fantastic, wonderful, awful idea.
Would you like to go look at body limit?
Mika thinks it's a great idea. Personally, I don't know about the rest of you, but
I think that's fine. I care not for dead bodies. Ugh. I will go into the varnish with Sombra.
Okay. Is there anything else you need
all right,
of me?
Doctor.
I think it's certainly a start for now.
Is there a way we can contact you if we have any more questions?
Well,
Yeah, I've got these cans with strings between them. I don't know if I have a string long enough, but you know, these worked great when I was a kid.
here. You could send send a note with our messenger. You could find him at the post office. Mikhail. Find him, and you'll be able to find me.
Sounds like a plan.
Fantastic. Well, I'll be on my way.
Tally ho.
Let me know
But
when you've
first I
figured this out.
finish this delicious tea, Sombra. It would be shame to let it go to waste.
I think that's the nicest thing you've said to me for a while, Pietro.
I try.
Alright.
Fantastic.
Chug. No.
Yeah. Okay, done. Let's get out of here.
Shoot it.
Dr. Evergreen has written like all of the little clues that we have so far and passed them out to everybody before we left so that people
Okay.
can like update the list if they
Okay. Perfect. And are we splitting the party? Is that what's happening?
Looks like it.
Love it.
I didn't think that was going to happen. Okay.
I know meta that's like a bad idea, but I think in
But I love
reality,
it.
if you were investigating a mystery, you know, like why do 4 people need to go look at a body?
Right.
And you know, we can divide and
Exactly.
The worst that
conquer.
could happen with 2 people and a dead body.
Exactly.
You just said the forbidden
What?
word, Sabrina. Why?
What's the worst that could
But
happen?
Lemon's the muscle, so they'll be fine. And we're going into a public space, so we'll also be fine. It'll be fine.
Famous
I
last
love it.
words. Yeah.
So, from where you guys are, kind of on the outskirts of the Varnish. It's a just like a little oddities shop. Not super popular, but it exists mostly as a front for Candela. The area where you would find Candela's like medical examining office is actually not too far away. So our 2 individuals who are going that way, you will be splitting off with not with from I can use words, guys. I can. Splitting off from the other 2. Was there anything you guys needed to say to each other before you part ways? Anything you want to do to prepare, etc., etc.?
Don't die.
I
It's
was going
Lemon's.
to say same thing. Don't die. Be careful.
I got you, Pietro.
I will see you for dinner.
What are we having for dinner?
Well,
You know, if you're
we'll
gonna
figure this
be in
out.
the Varnish, if you're gonna be in the Varnish, there are lots of great places. Find some place you like, we'll go there.
Yeah, lemon. First mystery, then dinner.
Fair.
Focus,
Okay.
focus.
Okay,
Doctor,
but there's
keep an
this
eye
new
on
place
this
I want.
one. Hmm?
Actually,
Always,
no, I
always,
want to
yes,
go to
yes,
the
yes.
Varnish. No, I made up my mind. I'm going to see the body.
Please do not leave me alone with the dead bodies. Thank you.
Hey, no, I'll go. I'll go. It's fine. I made my choice. We're doing this. Let's go,
Yes, as
Doc.
a reward for going to see the dead bodies, I will gift you one of my annotated books. All for you.
Yes,
But please do
okay.
not leave me alone with the dead bodies.
I'm holding you to that, Doc. Let's go. We're going now. And
They
then
put
Lemon.
out their hand for a very stern handshake.
And I think Lemon's like dragging the Doc off, like while they're holding. Like, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
I must admit, they're cute together.
Yes, I have eye for these things, I think.
Okay. So we'll start. We'll start with Dr. Evergreen and Lemon. The snow is coming down pretty heavily at the moment. Still that weird gray kind of color. It's pretty dark out, despite it only being about 5 o'clock at night. The sun has already left. The clouds have rolled in. Somehow, the snow is reflecting enough light that it doesn't look as dark as it is. And then there's the lights, of course, all red and green and gold and silver. And walking down the street, turn down an alley, and knock on a door that would appear to just be the back door to any one of these shops. Somebody answers. She's in kind of like a very nice women's suit sort of situation, nice and fitted, black with a little like a red tie. Her hair is pulled back into one of those really tight buns, and she peers at you. Can I help you?
We are here to look at the body that was found.
Yes, that one. Right this way.
Yes.
Turns. You close the door behind you. It is a little eerie in this hallway, mostly because there is just no decoration. There's no effort to make it look nice. It is just a kind of like a brick hallway. And there's a series of metal doors with little square windows. None of this takes up much space. It's very cramped. And this lady stops next to one and opens up the metal door. Right in here. The medical examiner will tell you everything you need to know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
When Dr. Evergreen walks into the room, you can see that she kind of like puts her hand back into her jacket. It's kind of like fiddling with their medical tools, and keeps a hand like near their scalpel because they feel very off right now.
The room that you walk into is very sterile. It's a very sterile environment. There's a table in the middle that looks like it is designed to be looking at and opening up bodies. there's a door on one wall, just a square, where you, Dr. Evergreen, know that there is a body inside. And at a desk in the corner with a title, Dr. Atlas, there is a lovely lady, blonde hair, kind of falling loosely from a messy bun. Got a white doctor's coat. She looks up from her notes and adjusts her glasses. Are you, all here to see the body? I'm assuming?
Yes.
It's not the weirdest that we've had, but it is a little strange still. She stands, walks over to the door on the wall. You notice that she is not wearing shoes. It would seem. Opens it up.
Lemon leans over to the doctor. But shall we not be wearing shoes?
No, we should wear our shoes. We should keep these on.
Okay.
She rolls out what looks like a table with a very distorted figure underneath a sheet. Rolls the sheet back, and you see this purpley blue skinned person who has frostbite covering almost every inch of their body. Their hair, their clothes are damp from the melting ice and snow. Their mouth is agape in a screaming or sort of like shape. Their fingers are curled in and held towards their chest, and their knees are curled up. Couldn't do much to get him in a better position to look at him, unfortunately. It's like his muscles are frozen there in this position, more so than with rigor mortis. But from what I have seen, there's a massive amount of tissue death. His internal temperature is in the negatives, which is incredibly odd considering we've not gotten to negative temperatures just yet this year. What questions do you have for me?
Dr. Atlas, did you find any marks that maybe seemed like they were more affected than others? Maybe a mark of impact of some sort?
No. There was no blunt force trauma, no bruising, no obvious breaks, no blood, which is very strange. Even when I cut into him, it was like the blood was frozen. It didn't ooze out, and it still hasn't, which is it should have at this point. Very odd. But no physical marks that would suggest any trauma.
Did you try warming the body in any way to take him out of the position?
I did not, because I did not want to risk rotting the flesh further. I wanted it kind of pristine condition. I'm going to cut into him a little later once I have my saw blade. Get his arms out of the way so I can get in there and look at his heart.
Question, when you say when you have it, where is it now?
It's at my other office at the hospital. I just had a messenger go and grab it. So.
Wait, so why isn't this in the hospital already? I know nothing about death. Just full. Why wouldn't you be in the hospital? Why is this separate? Is this too, like, out of character? Is this something I should just leave alone?
You're good. I'm assuming this is Lemon.
Yes.
Yes. Well, when we have odd ones like this, we don't really want it to be in the public eye. And the hospital is very public. So.
Oh, okay, shoot. Out of character, right? This is the and I feel silly. Okay, let's
uh,
pretend the past 2 minutes didn't happen if possible. I rewind.
Freeze frame.
Yeah, just I bet you're wondering how I got myself in this situation. Well, I just kind of forgot. My gosh. Anyway, so
Anyways.
we're gonna go back in time to when Lemon just asked, like, "Oh, where's your saw blade?"
Yes. There's a messenger who's bringing it from the surgery unit at the hospital. Yes.
All right.
Doctor, do you mind if I take a closer look?
Absolutely. You feel free. She takes a little step back.
Lemon, have you documented everything? Is it okay if things are moved and
Yes.
or
Yes.
broken? Okay. Dr. Evergreen is going to look specifically. You said like the hands were like clutched near the chest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like that, yeah. Doctor
Mhm.
Evergreen is gonna try and pry really quick to like peek under it.
Okay.
To peek under the hand to see if anything is like hidden by this lapse.
At first glance, it seems like it's just like the clothing, and it's been kind of pushed out of the way and changed and opened up and kind of like cut so that Dr. Atlas could get in there and look at it. But it's just beneath the hands is more frostbitten flesh of the chest.
Lemon, dear,
Yes.
darling Lemon,
Yeah.
I ask a favor of you today that I
Okay.
do not take lightly.
Mhm.
Could you break this hand off for me?
Oh yeah, no problem. Is there a certain way you want it broken off?
Yeah, I just would like to be able to take to take more into the heart currently, and it is blocking it. So if you could
Oh sure. Do
just
you want
open
both
it up
hands
50-50.
or just?
Whichever you prefer, Lemon.
All right. Lemon tries to break both hands off.
All right. Okay. All right.
Should
Okay.
this be a roll?
Yes, this will be a roll. I'm just gonna let me just look at the character sheet real quick. We're gonna call this. We're gonna call
Is
this
it
a strike. We're gonna call it a strike roll, just because it's not like punching, but it is like breaking. So I feel like it fit. Go
Would
ahead.
this be a bad time to use one of my
I would say this is a pretty low
points?
stakes roll.
Okay.
First roll of the game. Woo!
First roll. First roll.
I got a 4.
Okay, that was a mixed success. I said the words correctly this time. Hey, hey. So you are you just touching? Like, where are you grabbing?
Yeah, I figure Lemon probably put on gloves first. I
Okay.
won't say he's that reckless. He was like, "Oh, okay." He grabs gloves, puts them on, and then just grabs, like, on top, like near the wrist, so he can just snap them off, both hands.
Okay. Okay. So, immediately when you grab on, even through the gloves, which are kind of a leathery material, um, you feel this intense cold. Like your fingers kind of are going numb just from touching this person.
No, that's not great.
You do pull back, and there's a sickening crunch as literally kind of like right, kind of like in the middle of the forearm there, the bones just snap. You see Dr. Atlas to the side, like, that's one way to do it. And Mika, as you feel that chilliness, you feel that the numbness in your fingers, there's just this moment of an adrenaline spike where you feel very, very, very scared for no reason. And
It's
then
the
as
mean
soon
reds,
as you, and then as soon as you,
Holly Golightly would say.
as soon as you break contact, that sensation goes away.
Okay. Oh, I got myself a case of the mean reds there for a second. Don't. Maybe be careful touching the body, Doc. That was a little not
You
great,
okay,
if you know
Lemon?
what I mean. I think I am. I'm fine. I'm
Um,
great. Don't worry about me. I'm good. It's fine. It's cool. Yeah.
are you sure? And she like grabs your wrist and starts turning and looking at your hands. This case of the reds.
The reds. Um,
The
if you look, the hairs on the back of his arms are like stood up, stock straight. There's like goosebumps.
yeah. Oh no, the reds, the mean reds. It's when you're afraid and you don't know why. I was just afraid and I wasn't sure why. Though I guess I figure it's because I touched the body, so I kind of know why. So not quite the mean reds, but you know what I mean. Lemon's saying as the doc's like examining his hands and the goosebumps.
Dr. Evergreen is looking and nodding and listening to you, and then lets you go and writes it all down in their notepad, and takes the scalpel from their jacket, and without like them touching the body, they take the scalpel and cut over the chest, to try and look at the heart.
I thought you were gonna cut Lemon.
Oh
Let's see what's going on in there.
no!
Let's see what's making you
Let's
tick.
see.
Put it there, babes.
Don't worry, I'm very experienced.
You know how I got these scars?
It's okay. I'm a doctor.
Lol. Wrong doctor. Yes. Okay. So you slice down the flesh, and it takes more force than you're used to. Human skin has a very solid amount of give, especially with a very sharp scalpel. But this skin, it feels like you're pushing just extra hard to try and get through it. And as you peel it back, Dr. Atlas, by the way, has gone to get some forceps and the like to pin the skin as you slice so that it is nice and out of the way. You can see the crystallized blood, like falling a little bit like snow on the inside. The rib cage, it looks like the ribs are infused with ice. And on that note, the other side of town, we have Sombra and Pietro, who had to walk just a little bit further, to get to the square. Where are you guys going first? Are you going to the site where they found him, or are you going to the hat shop?
So the square is where the body was found, and then the hat shop is where presumably the kid and his mother are.
Yes.
Okay. I don't care. Mel, do you have a preference?
I'm thinking maybe the site where the body was found, in case there's more clues for us to present to the kid
Okay,
with
yeah.
asking. And like, who knows? Maybe the mom might have found something too if, like, you
Yeah.
know, she went to go grab the kid. So
Yeah.
might give us
Okay.
some clues.
Cool. Square first, then.
Square first. Square first. You enter the square, and it's been cleared out very largely. Nobody is here any longer. But you do see some tape that has been, like ribbons, I guess, that have been put up to kind of cordon off the area. It would appear that somebody's been here to investigate. They've left a couple of little markers, little paint splotches to try and denote a couple of things.
Is anyone here currently monitoring the scene, or
Does not
could we potentially have free reign?
appear. It does not appear that way. Would you like to, like,
Look around first?
look a little deeper?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Roll-
look left and right before we just obstruct a
No,
crime
we
scene or
Leroy
whatever.
the shit out of this. We just go, wee.
you just go in. You just walk right in there. Let's do focus.
Do you want us both to do it, or just Pietro, or just?
One of you can do it. If the other has drives, you are welcome to assist.
Gotcha.
I have drives. So
How are you at focus, Sombra?
I got the little diamond highlighted, and then I have one.
Oh, if you want it, I have one as well. But if you want to use it because it's a gilded skill, that is you're welcome to.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do. Okay.
So if you spent a drive to do the thing, you could potentially earn it back, depending on what your gilded die rolls.
Oh, that's true. I will use a drive.
Okay.
How do I click on it? Okay.
Like, so you are adding a die to your roll, so you now have.
Okay, I'm gonna roll these manually. So
Mhm.
there's guild die for one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. And then other one. So if I get rid of a drive really quickly. Okay, let's see. Leave it to me as the first failed roll. The first bad
Oh
one.
no!
What did you roll?
Well, you could take the gilded dice at least, and
1 and a 2.
well, at least you got the drive back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a thing. What's your circle ability again? I can't remember.
Circle ability was forged in fire.
Yeah. Okay. So it's when you help an ally on. Okay.
So I did not get one back. So
Well, you do if you. Which one's your gilded one? What did your gilded die roll?
My gilded die was a 1.
Okay. If you take the 1, you get a drive back.
I'll take it back. I think that's very necessary.
Might as well.
But I mean, hey, I'm just gonna look over at Pietro and go, I see jack shit. It's fine. Let's go.
Yeah. The snow is
Yeah,
coming
who
down.
would be? Yeah, exactly. Who would be standing around in the cold like this? Nobody.
Nobody. Definitely not. Nobody. Nobody could ever. Nope. Absolutely not.
Turn the snow down. I can't see shit.
Turn it down, please.
Turn it down, please. I can't see.
You slug through the snow towards the first of the flags that's kind of been placed into the ground, and you see the area where the body was kind of like dipped in a bit. There does not appear to be any blood or anything like that. And it snowed a bit too much for there to be any footprints or anything like that. The only reason there's still that divot is from it being such a deep divot.
Since this is a crime scene, would there be any of like those markers or tags just as like points of interest?
Yeah, so
Still
this was
hanging
the
around?
first
Okay.
flag, like that you kind of come up to.
Okay. I think Sombra taking in like where the body physically was then, she's gonna want to kind of do like a perimeter check to see like where or at what points those other flags might be, if there is any.
Okay. So there's a couple of them. You see kind of down the alleyway a bit. There's another flag. And it's by a doorway leading into the back of one of these storefronts. And the side of the door, the door frame, is a little damaged by something.
Pietro, dear.
Hmm?
You might want to take in this point of interest.
Are these odd? Is there anything, could I try to figure out maybe what, like, caused it? Like, does it seem like it was, like, crushed or, like, slashed or, like, the nature of the damage?
It seems like almost like fingers dug into the stone somehow.
Wow. I'll pull out my first gear. I'll pull out a
Oh.
bleed detector.
Hey, all right. Detecting some bleed.
Boop,
Let's
boop,
see.
boop.
I need to make you roll anything for that? I can't remember. I don't think so. I think when you're using gear,
I mean, I think it just detects if there's bleed or
detects
not.
if there is
I don't-
bleed. Yeah.
And then
I
we can
can-
do with that whatever we want, I guess.
And that's your what's it called?
It's a bleed detector.
I think we all have access to one of those.
Mhm.
It doesn't say anything about rolls. It just says mechanism that allows investigators to perceive the evidence of phenomena manu.
Phenomenon?
Phenomena manu.
Yeah, phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Are there phenomena around here?
You pull out the bleed detector, and a little antenna coming out of it. It's like a little gauge with like a little red needle. And as you are switching it on and holding it up to the door frame, the needle goes straight to 100. There's this soft beeping noise that is emitted. There is definitely bleed residue in this area.
Well, this was not ordinary murder, I guess.
Which means something unnatural seemed to do the damage here.
Yes, I would not get too close to that. Should we go inside?
Does the damage that shows up on the rock, does it indicate direction-wise as to where it goes? So is it like leading more to the alley? Is it going like towards the building? Or are we able to register that?
So, like, are you asking it like about the bleed detector or the mark on the doorway?
The mark on the doorway.
So the mark on the doorway kind of looks like somebody like grabbed it and vaulted in the direction that the body was found. So it's kind of coming out of the door towards where the body is.
Did you say vaulted? Like leaped? Like
Yeah, like
oh my
used
gosh.
it to vault themselves.
Wow, crazy.
Mhm.
Okay. Seems something came out of there.
And I'll like tilt my head a little bit with like that dreamy look of like, what are we waiting for? Just waltz right on in.
Ladies first.
Sombra, you open the door.
Yes.
It creaks open. It was not locked. As you walk inside, it is very dark. Roll initiative. Just
Oh
kidding.
god damn it.
Where's Lemon? Lemon!
11. It's very dark in here. It's definitely the back room. The back rooms. It's definitely the back room of the shop. There's a desk in one corner, kind of covered with paper. A couple of lamps. No real like light bulbs. It doesn't seem like this person in this particular shop could afford electricity, so they're still going off of kind of lamp power. It's very messy in here. There's chairs that are overturned, papers scattered everywhere. A couple of spots where it looks like there's like frost damage. Just individual spots that look like ice crystals have kind of like accumulated there. There are a couple of flags marking these little interesting things. Clearly,
I assume the bleed thing is still
it's
detecting.
it's annoying. It's just beeping constantly.
Okay.
That needle has not left 100.
Is there like a candle or a lamp nearby?
Yeah,
Readily
absolutely.
available? Okay. I'm going to use my occult supplies. My gear. I'd imagine there's like what do you call it? Matches. Just like really basic for like candle lighting and stuff. So I just want to take like a match and just light it up.
Absolutely. So you light up the lamp, get a little bit more ability to see in this situation. And you see just the like scuff marks, the scratches in the floor and in the wall. Again, no sign of blood. It does not look like any blood was shed, but it definitely looks like there was an altercation of some kind here.
What kind of shop does this seem like?
If you kind of peek your head through the next kind of doorway, it looks like it's kind of like a clocks, antique clocks, clockwork. There's the subtle ticking sound from all over the room, providing a lovely
I assume
ambiance.
I assume the shop is empty and closed.
Yeah, the shop is empty, at least on first glance. It's very dark. There's a bunch of shadows everywhere.
Okay. Well, frankly, I do not feel too good about going too far without the others on this particular trail. Perhaps we go back to the hat shop and speak with the child.
That's probably a fair point. But we probably shouldn't dally too much.
No, I do not believe that would be wise. But let us speak with the child and see what we can learn, and then we will meet with the others and proceed from there. What do you think?
It's a fair point. And I'll start like walking back towards the door and with this smile. I never thought you to be nervous before, Pietro. Especially for the things that go bump in the night. And I'll like lean in closer and I'll lower the the lamp to cast like shadows, so it makes me look like a little bit more gaunt, so to speak.
Ah, there's difference between being nervous and being smart. You do not get very far in my line of work being reckless and foolish. And you get even less far in this line of work.
But there's no thrill in that, is there? And I'll just keep walking towards the door.
He'll follow.
You open the door, and there is a gentleman in a uniform. The words
Uh-oh.
OUP,
God
the
damn it.
letters OUP, are on the one side, and on the other.
Oh,
you
hello,
can
my good
see-
sir. How are you this fine evening?
Hello.
But Pietro
Officer.
quickly steps in front of Sombra.
Officer Crankenhops. What are you guys doing in this area?
It is pleasure to meet you. We were here looking for clock, and it seems the shop is closed. We were searching for shopkeeper, but look at this mess. I have no idea what happened here, and it seems like we have stumbled in an area we are not supposed to be in. My profuse apologies. We will be leaving now.
All right. Let's see. Roll sway.
Okay.
Sway, sway, sway.
Sway.
All right.
Wait.
I will go ahead and use a drive because this is one of my gilded skills.
Hey.
I'm rolling 3 dice.
Roll
how good-
on.
Roll
Good
higher
Pietro
than
is.
me, please.
Ooh. Let's see. A 3 is a fail, right?
A 3.
Is a
Yes.
fail.
A 3
Okay,
is a
then I
fail.
will not take my gilded dice, even though I kind of want the drive. I'll take the
Yeah.
5 instead.
5. Okay. So that is a mixed success. Not as bad of a fail as, it could be, but it do be that way. He scrunches up his face. A little odd to be entering through the back, but go on. Be on about your business. Okay, what's your name again?
My name is Mart, and this is my companion, Anna.
Mart and Anna.
Yes. We
Good
are
to
old
know.
friends of this shopkeeper. I thought maybe I would surprise them, but as I said, big mess. We will be going now. If there's anything we can do to help, please do not hesitate to reach out. And I will flourish a card. Can I gosh, how can I add a gear? So I see there's a blank piece of gear. Does that mean we can make one up?
Yeah, you can make stuff up.
Okay,
fully make stuff up.
can I say that I have a pack of cards that are well, not like playing cards, but like business cards, but they are like a fake identity. Like I think
Okay.
that maybe this is something Pietro has to do
I
sometimes.
like it.
So
A pack of
it'll
of
be
fake
it'll
identity
be
business cards.
Mart. Yeah. Mart. I don't even know. Petrov. And his fake identity will be I don't know. What should he be, Mel? What should his line of business be for Mart Petrov?
I thought it was going to be something along the lines of Seymour insert certain thing here, but it's just play on words.
The get everything Mart.
Get everything, Mart.
Get everything,
get
Mart.
everything.
Just yep,
Mart, get
a very
everything.
vague shop owner. Yep.
Just a general store.
Mart
get
Petrov,
everything.
the get everything Mart. Yep. He'll flourish
I-
a card and hand it to the police officer.
He takes the card. All right, Mart. I'm not sure I've seen this shop before, but I'll be by if we have any questions for you. Get on
Excellent.
outta
I
here.
will give you special discount if you do. Now, have a good night. And I'll grab Sombra's arm and I'll hustle out.
Beat a hasty retreat. As you
Mhm.
guys retreat through the night, we come back to Dr. Evergreen, who is peeling open the skin of a cadaver, noticing the crystallized blood and the crystallized bone.
She peers in and looks at Lemon and says, "What a winter wonderland!" And waves from him over.
Dr. Atlas.
Dr. Atlas, have you happened to have any insight on if the other bodies were frozen in this position, or is this something that we would have to uncover ourselves?
I'm not entirely sure at the moment. This one's the first one that I've gotten my hands on. And then at this moment, the door creaks open behind you guys. A little bit of a start as it goes. And a young boy, very, very thin, comes in holding kind of like a very long briefcase. And Dr. Atlas looks over. Oh, fantastic, my saw. Just a couple seconds to... Okay, perfect. Well, things got done anyway. And then the boy comes over, hands off the suitcase, and reaches down into his messenger bag, pulls out an envelope, and hands it over. And Dr. Atlas tips her head. What's this? And the boy looks up. Some doctor's notes that somebody said you might be able to make use of. And then he just kind of spins around and walks back out the door. Dr. Atlas looks over at you, Dr. Evergreen. Maybe this will answer some of our questions, yeah? Let's take a look. She turns over to the table, pulls out the stacks of paper, and spreads them across. And there's 4 different files here with some very grainy, like black and white images that have been taken. And every single one of them found very similar position, curled in on themselves, very frosty, cold, kind of like curled in, trying to keep warm. Do you pick one of these files up? How are we investigating?
If there is any, like, there are pictures first on the files. If there's any body that seems even slightly out of this, like, organization, Evergreen would go for that first. If not, the body that was looked at was a child, correct? Or was it?
I'm sorry, you were kind of like cutting a little bit. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Was the body that we just looked at, was that a child or a?
It was a full-grown adult.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone would look for somebody with like a contrasting background. So if it was a man, a woman, if it was, an adult, a child, to try and see if there were any differences she could find.
Okay, so on just looking at the pictures, every one of them seems different. There's a man, there's a woman. There are no children, interestingly enough, but it does appear very varied ethnicities. Just there doesn't appear to be a visual link, so to speak.
She would go for just the first file that's there.
The first file.
Start flipping through it.
Lemon, what are you doing in this moment?
I think I'm just following the doctor around.
Okay.
Like kind of taking notes almost, like some mental notes as he's just observing, seeing what the doctor does.
Got you. Dr. Atlas grabs one of the files and begins to sift through the information. The one that you grab, Dr. Evergreen, pick it up. Looks like a male who was found outside of his home in the street. Same condition, frozen, evidence of intense hypothermia. The tissue death just seems far too advanced for how long he would have been out there. Neighbors reported that they had seen him earlier that evening, but he had gone inside before the caroling began, kind of grumbling. If you would like to try to glean something from this information and look into it more, I would like do a focus roll.
I just realized I was muted. I got a 5.
Oh, you got a 5. Okay. I was like, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. Okay. So you're glancing through, and I've like trying to read pretty quickly. The demeanor of this person seems like they were a bit of a shut-in, didn't really like going to a bunch of activities, not frequently seen, more so than like at the store. He was a bit more well-to-do, came from a family with money, and there's really nothing super significant about him other than that he was definitely a shut-in who didn't really enjoy spending time with people. You can grab for the next one. Kind of similar, this woman, she was pretty known for being very harsh during this time of year. She's a wait at a local restaurant. Always noted for being a little more grouchy during the Festival of Lights, complaining about the noise and the brightness of the streets and it creeping in through her windows. Didn't really attend any festival events. And that's kind of the connection that you grab, that you make. They're all shut-ins. None of them enjoy the festival. None of them want to go out caroling. None of them want to open presents.
Lemon,
Yes.
do you happen to know anybody who doesn't like the festivities? I know, of course, you are a very cheerful person, so
Thank you. I
I'm sure
try.
that you enjoy them immensely. But if we could find somebody who's obviously not already dead, who also would maybe be a target, maybe we can get
Oh,
them first.
there's my uncle Frankie. Frankie's not his actual name. He likes like the Frankfurt hot dogs. He eats them all the time. He enters those contests, so we call him Frankie. Uncle Frankie likes that. That's his personal holiday.
Remember when I taught you about important and important information?
Well,
I'm asking for
it's
the important information.
well, it's kind of important because like he doesn't like these like localized holidays. He likes his own holidays, like eating the Frankfurts. But no, he usually doesn't celebrate in the celebration of lights. He's a bit of a grumpy Gus, a little bit of a Scrooge McFrankfurter, if you will. Then there's Steph down the street, who I don't really know her last name. She's just Steph down the street. She gets kind of grumpy during the holidays. She's a little bah humbuggy, if you know what I mean. There are a
Yes.
few people in the area. You know, this is over in south. No, that's why South Soffit's got lots of people who enjoy the holidays, but like you know. This is. I don't know. That's who I got. Steph and Frankie. Uh, would are there any NPCs that you have created that Lemon might know?
Ooh, this is a great
Right.
question. Oh, this is
Yes.
a great
So I
question.
don't just keep spouting things off the top of my head.
Um, love it when I'm asked for information. It's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, I should have asked sooner. I'm
that's
so
so
sorry.
funny. No, you're good. That was hilarious, actually. Perfectly in character. Um, so you do know there is there's definitely like a number of people who don't like the holidays, which is very lame, right? Because it's very festive and it's a time of cheer. But there's at least two professors that you are pretty sure you only failed their class when you were there, uh, because the final was in the winter time, and they got really mean right around then and didn't. They weren't particularly giving.
Hmm.
You know.
Do you have names for them?
Ah, yes. Allow me to just create them right off of my top of my head.
Okay.
Uh,
I can do this if you want.
Professor Lenmore, who was
Mhm.
a mathematician,
Okay.
and Professor Soffit, who was a theater kind of person.
Mhm. All right. Yeah. There's some professors at the university. Safet Ledman
Lenmore.
Lenmore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you can see why I thought it was classic. I couldn't even remember the professor's name, but yeah, Lenmore and Safet. Maths, theater. They they're a little grumpy gusses during the holidays too, but like a little more so than Steph or even Frankie. Let me tell you, they got really harsh during the finals. You never wanted. I made the mistake of taking their classes that first semester, so it ends at the winter. And of course, didn't find out till afterward. Like no one was there to tell me not to do these things. They really need to make sure you
This
tell
is
new students don't
important
take these classes.
information, Lemon.
Yeah, we should go there. We should talk to
Okay.
them.
So, Lemon was just listing off a couple of professors and their kind of mentality during the holidays.
Important information, Lemon. Important information. Um, would we know when, where exactly the rest of our group would have ended up, so maybe we can reconnect with them before we just run off to a university? And two, if those professors would if professors usually stay at the university, are they housed there or would they be around there?
There is on-campus housing for the professors, and they probably would be staying there. It is not awful campus housing, though. They try to keep their professors close. And you do have the addresses for both of the other locations. You have the address for where the body was found and the address of the kid. So you just would have to kind of gamble.
Lemon, do you have any recommendations?
Yeah, what are my choices?
We can go see if they are with the body or with the child
I hate
before
kids.
we
Let's do
go
the
to the
first one.
university. Another body!
Yeah,
Okay. But this is just where it was found, so it's fine.
yeah. I know that doesn't seem very festive, but yeah, kids are annoying.
No, yes, yes.
I know it's my dark secret. It's the don't tell anyone else, please.
No, everybody has to have something that, you know, isn't exactly right about them, and yours is that you don't like children, even though you are a golden retriever. I appreciate it.
I try.
That's hilarious. Okay, so um looks up off to find other clues, then I see. Good luck. If you need anything, I'm here. Yeah, I'll just be here poring over these notes and
Mhm.
finishing what you
Are,
started on that body right there.
are you good for the holidays? Do you like the holidays?
Oh, I love the holidays. I have a tree at home.
Okay, you're good. All right, you're safe.
Yes.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure.
I don't get to do much during them because it's very busy this time of year. But
Oh, it's okay. I have a present for you. And I'm sure Lemon just carries around chocolates to give people
okay.
as little gifts. He pulls some chocolate from his pocket and then like a little ribbon to put on top and says
I love
"Happy
it.
Holidays." Yeah,
Thank you.
it's a very
Um,
giving person.
I appreciate this. I will eat this
Yeah.
chocolate later with my hot cocoa by the fire.
Hocho.
If I get to go home, that is. um, waves you on out the door. You head out. We'll go back to Pietro and Sombra. You have walked kind of down the way towards the hat shop.
Mm.
It is very cold. Your faces are very red by the time you get to the storefront. It appears to be closed. It has a closed sign at the front.
Does it seem like the type of shop where people live above it? Like
Mhm.
maybe
All
this
of
is also
these
their residence?
all of these shops right around here seem like they double as a residence.
Okay. Well, I suppose we knock first, huh?
Actually, along that line, is there like another set of stairs or something where I'm imagining they're separated, so there's like one door for the shop, but then there's probably like another door for the upstairs living, or is it just strictly a kind of one-way access sort of
It's
place?
it seems one-way access from the front anyway.
Okay. Right. How are you with children, Pietro?
Oh, I'm quite good. They love my tricks.
Well, we'll put that to the test then. Knock on the door. Beep beep.
Okay. You knock on this door. Wait a couple of minutes, and a very frazzled looking woman kind of opens up the door. Her hair is, it looks like it is pinned into curls, but they're kind of falling a bit. Can I help you? What do you need?
I'm gonna make sure Pietro is in
closed?
front so that they don't see me first and get terrified. So Pietro's first.
War paint! Ah!
War paint.
War paint! Ah!
Yes, good evening. You must be Sophia, I presume.
Yes, that is me. The shop is
If I may
closed.
call you Sophia, I can also call you Miss Bowles, if that is better.
Sophia is fine.
Excellent. You may call me Pietro. This is my associate, Sombra.
Hello, Pietro and Sombra.
We are here to help you and your son.
I think my son has been talked to enough today.
Yes, I understand it has likely been a revolving door of people coming in and out and asking questions, but let me just tell you they were asking the wrong questions and they have no regard for your son's well-being, unlike me and my associate. We are here not only to just gather information that is actually useful, but also to help your son cope with what has happened today.
Roll sway.
Okay.
Look, those people are wrong. I'm right.
Yep. Oh, baby, my gilded dice is 6. So,
Hey.
oh, sorry, I should have
Yay.
announced I was using drive, but it was a gilded skill, so I just assumed that I was. But I'll take it back anyway.
Yeah, hell yeah. You got this. So she kind of like looks you guys up and down. very tiredly, and then
Mhm.
opens up the door further for you guys to come in. Right back this way. Let me go warn him that you are coming. Follow me. She leads you straight to the back of the store. So there's various mannequins with hats. It's a little bit creepy with the flickering lantern light. 'Cause it kind of looks like mannequins are moving, but they're really not, that kind of thing. Opens up a door at the back, which does lead to stairs that go up. She leads you up through and into what looks like a little apartment that just sits atop the store. There's a kid curled up with a blanket around him right by the fire. And he's just kind of staring into the flames. And Sophia walks up behind him. Honey, there's some people. I know it's been a lot today, but there's some people here. They just need to ask you a couple of questions. Do you understand? And the kid, without looking away from the fire, just kind of like nods their head.
Okay. Pietro will step up and nod to Sophia. The kid is sitting on the ground.
The kid is sitting kind of curled up in a big fuzzy blanket. The fire is going in front of you. It looks like there's just like one log, so definitely not a rich family with a bunch of wood to be burning, but
Okay.
something.
Pietro will sit down, crisscross applesauce next to this kid, and kind of just get on his level. And he'll say, when something upsetting has happened, I find it helps to talk to people. And not just talk about the thing, but I mean just talk. You need to get out of your own head. So, Christian, I hope you feel like you can talk to me. My name is Pietro, and, well, I'm hoping we can be friends. If that is all right with you.
Make a sway roll.
I'm using a drive again.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, this is tempting. I have a 6 on my non-gilded, but a 5 on my gilded.
Success or a mixed success is up to you.
I'll spend a drive and I'll take the full success. I need this kid to like me.
Yes. That is probably the smartest move, but it would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Kid, his eyes kind of like over towards you, and you can see that he's clearly been crying quite a bit today. His nose is red. There's some snot. He looks like he might be like 8 or 9. He's got some blonde hair that's ruffled up on top of his head. Hi, Pietro.
Seems you have been crying today.
No.
I have there's no shame in crying. I have just a thing for this though. I happen to be in possession of a very special magical handkerchief. Do you know of this thing? Have you ever seen a magical handkerchief before?
I've never seen a magical handkerchief before.
No, I do not think you have. Not many people are so lucky. But for my special friend Christian here, I think I can make exception and let you borrow it for a while. What do you think of that? Do you want to be one of the few people on this earth to behold a magical handkerchief? It will make your tears go away.
He looks up towards his mom, who's like standing kind of behind them, like, can I? And Sophia just kind of like smiles and like, yes, a magical handkerchief. No better person to own it. And Christian kind of like looks at you with really wide eyes. Yeah, can I have it?
Yes,
For
let me
me?
just. And Pietro makes a show of like reaching into his pocket and then like, oh, I just had this. Where did I put it? And he checks all of his pockets, and then he freezes, and he looks straight at Christian. He says, "By the gods, I think you already have the handkerchief. It must have
What?
chosen you. It must have sensed a special presence in the room and decided to go to you. So why don't you just check your pocket? I think it should be in there. Can I make a like a sleight of hand check to have
Sleight of
like
hand
planted
check.
the handkerchief? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Let's call it control.
Control. Okay,
Yeah.
can I make an argument for hide because sleight of hand is under the list
Oh,
of
yeah,
on
it is.
hide.
Yeah, I see that now. I can't read.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's
Do,
okay. I
do
just
hide.
that's my gilded skill and I want
Yeah.
to use it.
Yeah,
Okay.
do hide. Do hide. Do hide.
I
All
want
right,
to use it, mother.
I will be using drive again.
Do it.
Excuse me.
Yes, use your drive.
Oh my goodness, another 6 on the gilded dice.
Yay!
Bro.
Yes,
I need Pietro's
baby.
dice. That's
Yeah.
what I need.
I'm glad that one of us is succeeding in all
I
of
mean,
this. So
I'm
glad it's
I'm
Pietro.
doing close-up magic with a child, so I don't know
Yeah,
how
right.
crucial these successes are, but
But
yeah,
you
that
know,
handkerchief is in that pocket.
I love it. He reaches into his pocket and pulls it out. Is this just a normal handkerchief, or does it keep coming?
Keep
What
going.
happens here?
It's just normal. It's more like Pietro is like, it's sort of the like you give a kid a lucky coin and you tell them it's lucky and like that
Mhm.
it's gonna make all their dreams come. Like, it's the faith
Yeah.
that the kid is gonna put in the handkerchief that will
Mhm.
hopefully help him feel better.
Okay, I love it. Pulls the handkerchief out.
There it is. That is amazing.
Looks up at his mom. Did you put it in there? And his mom was like, "No, it's magic. It's magic. Look." And he's like,
And it is very picky with who it will go with, so you should be quite honored. You take care of that for me, will you please?
"Yeah, yeah, I'll keep it safe. Thank you."
Excellent. Yes, of course. Now, Christian, I need you to do something for me, and it is going to be hard because I know you don't want to think about what happened today, but we do need to ask you some questions. Can you hold on to this magical handkerchief and be brave while we ask you these questions?
Okay.
I know you can. The handkerchief would not have chosen a coward. You are strong, I can tell.
You see his very thin shoulders kind of straighten a little bit and his face like scrunch. What do you need to know?
Pietro will motion Sombra over now. He's sort of laid the groundwork and now he's hoping
I was
Sombra can
not
help
gonna-
ask
yeah,
some of the
I was
useful
not gonna
questions.
touch that. That was all Pietro's show. And now the creepy clown comes in. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
My friend here is going to help me ask the best questions so that we can get to the bottom of exactly what happened. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
She's very nice.
Oh, you look really cool.
Why, thank you, little one. And I'll scrunch down. I'll like kneel so that I'm at his level
Thank
too.
you, little one. Sorry.
Tiny child. No.
Better to eat you with, my dear.
What Samra will do is she'll actually reach into her occult supplies, and she's going to take out a piece of charcoal and then a piece of paper. So she's going to look over towards Christian. Now, a brave warrior like you knows exactly all the right things to find and all the right things to say. Sometimes the tiniest things may not be important to others. But you. And she'll point a finger that has like one of those like long rings that kind of goes from like the base of your finger all the way towards the tip. And it looks like one of those claws that you see people wear. You are a smart young man.
You're a little creepy.
I get that a lot.
That is why I like her.
Yeah. Yeah, creepy's cool. I think.
Now, did you see anything? Aside from the man you found in the snow?
Well, I just kind of saw him, and he was blue, which is not the color that you're supposed to be. Um, and he was dead. That was really scary. Um, and think, wow, he was really mean when he was alive. I know that's rude to say because he's not alive anymore, but he was really mean. Um, I saw yesterday, um, he like was walking by the carolers, and they were asking for donations for the place where the kids that don't have parents. And he put a rock in their bucket, and said, "There you go." And went back to his store. I also kind of heard that he didn't let his workers off for the holidays, so they still had to be working, which is really sad because the holidays are really fun when you don't find dead bodies. Um, yeah.
Just curious, dear. Did you see any animals around? Before or after you saw the man? Maybe
No,
shadows. Something that looked like it was in the corner of your eye, and when you looked, it was gone.
I didn't. But my friend Billy said that the other day, the guy, he came out of his store and he was like talking to himself a lot, and um didn't really know where he was. Um, but Billy said he saw shadowy, weird things, but like I told Billy, that's gotta be made up because those things don't exist.
Well, you gave us a lot of good information, young man. And that
Thanks.
deserves another reward. And I'll reach into my little bag and I'll pull out a little like talisman that's meant
Okay.
for like protection. And it's just a really simple one, like something she would give towards any of her patrons that would show up to her store. More of the symbolism for it. And it's going to be in the shape of like a little bear, you know, just
Oh.
kind of like one of those pre-made ones that have like its arms tucked to the side. It's all etched into like one piece of stone.
Mm-hmm.
And a warrior like you deserves just as strong of a protector. And I'll hand it over to him.
That's cool. It's a really big dog.
It's a bear. And I only give it to those who show great strength when in times of need. It's very necessary.
Oh. Am I a bear?
Yes, you are.
Oh, that's cool. Rawr.
Well, Christian, I think that you need some rest after a day like this. So you hold on to those things and you keep your mother safe, huh?
I'll do my best. My
You will
mom's
do
not mean though,
great.
so she could never die.
She won't.
That is conversation for another time, I think. And Pietro will give Christian like a little pat. All right.
Thanks.
You get some rest.
I'll
And he'll get
try.
up and just go to the mom. Thank you for letting us speak with him. This has been helpful.
Thanks for giving him a little bit of happiness today. I kind of was worried that he wouldn't smile ever again, so that was a little nice to see. Thank you.
That is my trade. And he will. He is strong. He is a bear.
Okay. Well,
There is one thing we need to ask of you, though, ma'am.
yeah. What can I do?
The address for his friend Billy.
Mm-hmm.
We will have to follow up with some questions from him, and I'll hold out the piece of paper and the charcoal. Could you please write his address for us?
Sure. It's the toy shop just off the corner. Writes it down. His mom is Martina.
Thank you very much for your time.
Have a good rest of your evening.
You don't think it's like a sickness, right? Like Christian's not gonna get sick with whatever that guy had going on.
Can I, sir, can I try to sneakily pull out the bleed detector?
You sure can. You can roll hide for that.
Okay. I'll go ahead and use drive. I will take the non-gilded 5.
Okay, makes good. So she's focused on Sombra at the moment, and then kind of glancing over at Christian. Oh my goodness. And you sneakily pull out that bleed detector, and it gives the faintest little beep. Like it's not the crazy amount that was at the previous place, but it seems like there might be a little bit of residue, just from the contact that this kid made with whatever that is.
As just a member of Candela Obscura, like, how do we typically deal with that? Like, is that something that we would normally be concerned about, or is it sort of like, wait a few days, it'll like
Goes
fade?
away on its own.
Yeah.
I would say that you would know to do your best to like comfort regular civilians and in the normalcy, like the normal aspects of whatever
So like
happened.
if he just sort of like keeps his chin up and like tries to go back to normal life,
Yeah,
it should like fade and
Yeah.
he'll be okay.
yeah, he should. That much, the amount of bleed that you're detecting is kind of standard for anybody that's brushed up against bleed. But it's not quite like what you've seen where the bleed kind of like latches onto a person. And
Yeah, so what we've got here is a standard bleed case, just wait a couple days, drink some warm soup, it'll be fine.
yeah, basically. Have you
Okay.
tried a bland diet?
Yeah, exactly. Rice, maybe some pumpkin puree. Yeah.
Rice and chicken,
Anyway.
some pumpkin puree.
Toast.
Pietro will say, well, just give him some time and try to keep his spirits up.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
But no, I do not think it is this sickness. I think he will be fine.
Okay.
Do you concur, Sombra?
Absolutely.
Why
Well.
did that absolutely sound so threatening? Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Right?
I'll make sure of it.
I'll make sure of it.
We will get out of your hair.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Do you need me to show you out? Or...
I think we can find the door.
Okay. You can go out the back door. It's the one that's just right across from the one we came through. So it should be
excellent. Even better.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you very much. We will be on our way. And Pietro will head out.
All right.
Sombra follows suit.
And snatch a hat on the way out. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I
Payment,
mean,
bitch.
Wow. Just your son will be
They're nice
perfectly
hats. Yeah.
fine. They are nice hats. They are nice hats. I gotta say.
Come to
like,
collect. That handkerchief wasn't cheap. No, just kidding.
that handkerchief, a piece of fabric, wasn't cheap. Okay, I deserve this good. This good that you have made with your bare hands. Yep. Okay. So you guys head out. Where are you heading?
Do you want to go to Billy's or do you want to try and go back to where our friends are maybe
I'm tempted
examining
to
a
go to
body?
Billy's just because it's right there, and also to make sure it's not too much time eclipse because I'm worried about the kid forgetting details. So I kind of want to hit the nail on the head with that, and then we can go back towards the others to kind of
Okay.
clue them in.
Okay.
So you guys head over towards the toy shop. Dr. Evergreen and Lemon, you trudge your way back towards the square where the carolers had been. You can see as soon as you get there, there's a pathway that's kind of been trudged through. There's clear footprints that have slowly started to cover up and fill in, so they've been there for a while. But you can see there's definitely clear tracks that lead over to the hump where the body was found, off down the alleyway, the same thing.
Lead the way, Lemon.
Okay. Lemon leads the way.
Lemon leads the way. Just trudging on
Yeah.
through. Where are you headed?
That's a great question. Where are we headed? We're going.
How far out
towards
is
the
the
other
square? How far is the square from where we are right now?
A few, definitely a few city blocks. So
okay. Good luck,
yeah,
guys. See you later.
right. It's far enough away to be, a little bit of a walk, but close enough that it's not like it would take you 30 minutes to get there.
So we said we were going to see another body, right?
Well, we were going to the place where the body was to try and find
Okay.
our friends. So we're really just checking to see if our buddies are here right now.
Okay.
Do we want to
So
roll?
yeah, I guess I always want to roll.
Do you want to roll a looking for things kind of thing?
Sure.
Like a survey.
Survey?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Survey the area.
I got one in survey. Let me. 2.
2. You really didn't even notice the footprints leading to where the body had been found. And trying to focus in the snow, it's just getting into your eyes. It's not great. You can't really tell much of what's going on.
A burr.
Wursy.
Yeah, just maybe you should lead, Doc.
Okay. And Dr. Evergreen walks in front of you and follows the. Did Evergreen then see the footprints
Yes.
you described earlier? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Evergreen follows the footprints.
Okay. So you can see they come up to this larger divot in the snow. Also, omnipotent audience it is a little more filled in than it was earlier because the snowfall has been pretty heavy. And you can see the flag that's sticking out from it. Obviously this has been marked by somebody. See the footprints that go down towards the door where there's another flag. The door is. Did you guys leave the door open or closed? Did you close it? I guess the OUP was there.
When we, I
So-
think whatever the OUP did, I guess.
I guess
Yeah.
so, right? Forgot about that. I will say, to make this more difficult on you guys or not. The door is kind of cracked open. It's about as much as you can see from the alley as you're like kind of walking that direction.
Do you have a case of the Reds right now?
Do I have a case of the Reds?
Ooh, let's
The,
do.
the mean Reds.
Let's do. Sense. Make a sense roll for me.
Ooh, awesome. Disadvantage.
Hell yeah.
4.
4. That's not as bad as that could have gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Would prefer that 6, but
you kind of focus inwardly and try to like let your body tell you if this is a situation to run from or walk in. You're kind of trying to speak with your intuition to some degree. And you get a chill up your spine. Like you can sense the energy shift in this area. You can sense the fear that existed here. You can sense the fact that there was a presence here at some point and it left a very strong mark on the area. And I will say that you are going to take a bleed as a consequence for your mixed success.
oof.
How does this
You know what?
bleed?
That's fine. Because my explorer special ability is tenacious. When you have 1 or more bleed marks, gild an additional die on move, strike, or control rolls while in danger.
Oh shit! Nice.
So that's gonna.
So what does this bleed? How does this bleed affect Lemon? What does it look like when he takes some bleed damage?
I feel like I need to look up how bleed can manifest on a person.
Now it can manifest however you want it to. Use your imagination.
Oh, that I imagine that his skin's getting kind of a red tint to it
Okay.
because of the reds, yeah.
The reds. Okay.
And so it's more than just like flushing, like it's an interesting otherworldly kind of red that is kind of like filling in his cheeks. A much darker red.
Like bruising almost.
Yes.
Ooh. Dr. Evergreen.
Seems like a mighty case of the Reds then. And
Are my cheeks okay? They feel kind of funny. I don't. Is it?
would you like me to check, Lemon?
Yes.
She puts her hands on your cheeks and looks
Mhm.
at you back and forth. And from how you described what the Reds were to her before, she says, "Honestly, I don't think you'll ever change, Lemon. Your cheeks are perfect and wonderful, and you are okay."
But they kind of hurt.
And then she pinches him and goes, like
Definitely
this.
hurts.
Ow. Ow.
Feels a bit like
Ow.
pinching a bruise.
Yeah.
And I will say,
Wow.
I will say, Dr. Evergreen, your fingers get a kind of chill pinching that skin.
Got it. Is it similar to the chill I kind of sensed coming from the body?
Not quite. It's just it's off. It's not the redness in his cheeks is not correct. Like there's just this little bit of an entropy kind of situation where it's like it feels a little chillier. It's not quite the intensity of um, that frozen kind of feeling.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
She takes the scarf that you had put on earlier and kind of like uh, bundles it up more against you, try and bring more warmth to you, and she smiles, and you see that they start writing in their notebook, but trying to not let you see that they're like concerned about you.
Okay. Yeah.
Am concerned. Must not show concern.
uh,
So
if you would like to stay out here, you may, but I think that it's important to go through that door.
No, no, I got you. Lemon's going to take off one of his gloves. He's going to put on some brass knuckles that spell out the word sour on them. So
That's
he's,
hilarious.
and then he's going to stick his hand back in his pocket and, like, all right, I'm ready. And we go in.
Okay. So who is entering first?
Lemon.
Lemon? Okay. So
Yeah.
you creak open the door, and aside from no, you're not noticing anything right now. You rolled really poorly earlier. So aside from just the general destruction of the inside here, you don't notice anything too crazy. There is a lantern that has been left lit on the desk. There's a bunch of paper everywhere. The vibes are off, like your little internal trying to sense things. It's just red, very red alarm. Not like something is here now, but like something really bad was here. And Dr. Evergreen, as you walk in behind, you do notice the claw marks, like the claw kind of like indentation into the stone of the doorway.
Evergreen traces the claw marks to try and get like a sense of maybe not the direction they were coming from, but like the angle that they were at the door, to see if she can like stand in that position and see what that creature was seeing when they made those marks.
Okay. Pretty easy to just like kind of look at them and notice the way that they're curled in. They were like grabbing it, like head down the alleyway towards where the body was.
Lemon, do you recognize these marks? Have you ever seen a beast with claws like this?
Would Lemon have seen a beast with claws like that?
Not any normal kind of creature.
Okay. Nah, Doc. This ain't normal. I haven't seen anything like this.
Are there any signs in the room that our friends have been here?
That's a great question. Make a focus.
Yay.
Or you could do survey if you wanted. But yeah. What?
A 5.
5? Okay. So you Okay. So you notice on the floor a business card and it says, what?
It says
what-
Mart Petrov.
Mark Petrov.
The what did we call it? The
Get everything, Mart.
Get
Get everything, Mart. Yeah, get everything, Mart.
Evergreen looks at it, and shows it to Lemon. Seems like we missed them. But now that he knows that they've been here, is gonna look and the snow tracks outside to see if he recognizes like which tracks would be his friends, so he can just follow those wherever they were going.
You can definitely follow the only set of tracks that exists out here, like aside from there's a much more recent looking pile kind of in the snow where it's like the snow has been futzed with and somebody's walked. Definitely not them, because it seems a little bit too recent to be that. And then you walk down the pathway that's got the slightly more filled in footprints. They lead you down to the hat shop where Christian now Oop-a-doop-a-doop. Pietro and Sombra, you head just across the way. While they are there, right, they're investigating the other area. You've headed across the way to the toy shop. It does appear open. There's glowing lights within.
Are we within eyeshot of Christian's house then?
You are within eyeshot of Christian's house.
Okay.
The other two have not gotten there yet at the time that we're having you arrive at the toy store.
Okay. Well, if it's open, I guess we just go in then, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
A little
that's not
soft, like tinkle sort of noise as you open the door. And a gentleman with like a handlebar mustache and like a nice little bowler hat sort of situation and a pinstripe suit leans over the counter. Welcome in. How can I help you? Feel free to look at all the toys and find something for your kid this holiday season to find under the tree.
Oh, that's adorable. He thinks that we have kids.
Huh. We actually are looking for Billy. We were told we could find him here.
What's Billy done now?
Oh, nothing. We are hoping that he can help us.
With what? Why do you need my son to help you?
We just need to ask a couple of quick questions. We spoke to his friend Christian earlier about the grisly business that happened just down the way.
Oh boy.
Indeed. And he just mentioned some offhand information that Billy mentioned the other day. He has nothing, Billy, rest assured, he has nothing to do with what has happened. We merely follow up about some information that Christian mentioned. We will
Make a
be in and
sway.
out lickety split.
Make a sway.
Okay.
Sway, sway.
Sway, sway, sway.
Sway.
I
Sway,
shall
sway, sway.
use my blessed gilded dice that has been so nice to me so far. And the kindness continues with a 5.
Ooh. Very nice. Okay. He kind of is scrutinizing you guys.
I give him my best smile. My best winningest smile.
All right.
Please,
Billy?
would you like to be present for the questions? It is no problem.
Yeah. I would prefer. Yes.
Of course, you are welcome.
Shouts for Billy. There's a god awful like elephant tromping down the stairs, kind of like fluttering of noises before a ginger, curly haired, very skinny, freckled boy kind of like pops through the doorway. What's up, Pa? And his dad. These folks have some questions for you. They said you might have seen something the other day. Billy tips his head. I mean, I see a lot of things, but I mean, I don't know. What do you need? What's going on? Is Christian okay?
Christian is fine. He's doing well.
That's good. That
But
was pretty
Yes.
scary.
He mentioned something that you might be able to help us with.
Like what?
The old man, the one that Christian sadly found. He said that you saw him talking to himself one day.
Oh my god, yeah. So he's really mean, number one. I don't really like that guy. And his dad is like, Billy, he's dead. I trust him being honest, okay?
The truth cannot hurt the dead.
Yeah, he was like, it was really weird. Because like my bedroom is like upstairs, right? And it kind of faces the street. And he would be just like walking like in his underwear, like in the snow. It was really weird. And he was like the other day he was like yelling at the sky and saying like why are you showing me these images? Like I don't care. Um, he mentioned something about ghosts. But not a whole lot. Our other friend was a little weirded out because he said something about like the ghost of his Christmas past, the ghost of holidays past. And we were just kind of like, that's a little weird, dude. That's a little weird. But yeah, so he like came out. It was just, it seemed real weird, and he was doing that thing where he's like talking to himself and yelling at the sky about the ghosts. Somehow they needed to go away. Just leave him alone. And there was like this kind of like shadowy thing, like this really weird shadowy sort of a thing that was like kind of like it's like just kind of looked like he was shadowy. Like the guy was shadowy.
Can you draw that for me?
I can try.
I'll pull out the piece of paper. I'll turn it around where it had Billy's address on the one side and then give him the charcoal.
Okay. He takes that. And his dad looks over while Billy is drawing. He can see imaginative things. He had some problems, but Billy's got an imagination on him, so I don't know if that's really helpful for you guys, but
We are turning down no information at this point, so anything could be useful. Even the imaginings of a child.
what kind of investigators did you say you were?
We are consultants for the local police department.
Oh my goodness. Wish there was like a lie rule, you know?
I think that's sway.
I think that would be sway, but you're not really like. Yeah, you can do
it's
sway.
convince. Convince is one of the sway skills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gonna go well. I have no riz in this. Okay, so it's
No riz.
I mean, well, even if it goes badly, like, what do we care? We got the information. If he
That's
kicks
true.
us out of his shop, who cares?
Let's see. That's a 4.
Okay. He looks at you a little strangely. Sure. All right. Billy, hurry up so you can go wash up for dinner. Billy looks up. Okay, Dad. Um, hands you a paper. It's got like a stick figure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like a grumpy face, like a grumpy face stick figure. Um, and there's just like a hazy kind of like smudging kind of
Mm-hmm.
around it. I hope this is
Billy,
helpful. Bye.
before he leaves, could I just ask, or maybe as he's drawing, I just want to ask really quick.
Mhm.
About how long would you say this had been happening? When was the first time that you noticed this?
Um, like 2 days ago, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you. This is a wonderful drawing. You have much artistic skill.
Thanks. I think so. I made him grumpy because he's grumpy.
I can see that. And I can see that we are wearing on your father's patience as well. So why don't we make ourselves scarce? And you can get back to enjoying your evening. Thank you so much, both of you.
Okay, bye. They were weird. Dad just kind of like waves. You guys.
Yeah, all right. I
Take the photo.
think that's
and
all we
go.
need. Yeah.
Yep.
He has definitely made a note of your presence here, and something wasn't quite right. But as you head out of the shop, you hear probably Lemon.
Chomp, chomp,
Just
chomp,
from across
chomp.
the like crunching through the snow.
Crunch, crunch, crunch,
Right,
crunch.
saying just something about it being cold or something. I don't know.
I'd probably be saying crunch, 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 crunch to fill
Literally,
in the
yeah.
silence.
You
Yeah.
okay?
If there
There
was
you
to
go.
be silence, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
Crunch.
god.
Oh, Lemon, you have excellent timing.
Oh, Pietro. It's my own magical skill.
Aha! That is good one. Doctor, what did you manage to find out? Anything useful?
Yes, inside of the bodies, it was something I've never seen before. It was like snow was falling inside of them. And the blood was frozen, it wasn't coming out. We had to break the hands off to get them out of the position that they were in. We, as in
Sweet, I
Lemon.
did that.
Yeah. Also, it seems like maybe the targets aren't just cold-hearted after the attacks. All of them didn't seem to have holiday cheer, and Lemon here knows maybe some potential targets.
Yeah, two professors at the university.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, they're not big holiday people. They take it out on their students, kind of at the end of the semester. At that point, and of course, like no one warns the students that hey, maybe you shouldn't take their class at this time of year, because they end up being sorry, it's not important.
Important
Yes,
information.
I think we get the picture, Lemon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes. We found some similar information. The victim was a curmudgeon, I think you could call him. And although we did hear an account of the victim shouting about ghosts, was it ghosts of holiday past, Sombra?
Yes. In addition to that, and I'll pull out the drawing, the other little boy who ended up seeing this, who was not the child that ended up finding the first victim, explained that there were shadows shrouding the man, the victim, 2 days before his death.
Question: does A Christmas Carol exist in this world under a different title? And would Lemon know about ghosts of Christmas future, present, and past?
This is a great question. I gotta say, roll. Okay. What kind of a childhood did Lemon have?
I think he, in my head, as I was looking at the different areas of the Fairlands. I think he lived like in different districts. Harrow Hollow? Not Harrow Hollow. Harrow. Yeah, of course. Now is when
Hallow Harbor?
Hallow Harbor. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Port?
Maybe there's a girl, but like a lot of his family works there. So I think he was probably lower class,
Okay.
lower middle class. Yeah. So he didn't. I don't know what his access to books would have been. If he got into uni, I feel like he was consistently given books as a kid
Okay. Okay.
as a way of entertainment to like stay out of the hair of the adults while they
Did business.
did their harbor stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Make a focus roll, and I will give you a die.
Oh, sweet. That's
Mhm.
2. That's a 3.
Ah.
Not doing great here.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's okay.
y'all. No, ugh.
You know,
Unless someone wants to assist me somehow. Drive
you have to
an
call.
intuition they wanna.
You gotta call that before
Oh,
the
it's
roll.
beforehand. Yeah.
But
All right.
would have been nice, right? Would have been nice.
Yeah.
Something about it scratches your brain, but it's just you can't quite put your finger on it. Like it's,
All right.
you're like frustrated a little bit because like that moment where you're pretty sure you know something about the thing, but like it's just
On the
not
tip
coming
of
to
your
you.
tongue.
Yeah, it's not coming to you.
So, we maybe have ghosts or some kind of creature attacking the less cheerful among the town folk. And we potentially have a lead on the next victims, maybe?
I mean, I've never really fully delved into ghosts. Do they have claws?
Oh, this is good point. We saw that doorway as well.
Yeah, like maybe a poltergeist.
Would I have any knowledge because I'm the weird one?
You are the weird one. I will say that you can also make a focus roll with
Right.
with an extra die.
Here, I'll help.
Oh yeah, you help.
Oh yeah.
I use a drive from intuition, right? To do that? Is that how helping works?
Yeah, so you are going to you use your drive.
I spend a drive,
Yeah.
and it's from intuition, which
Yeah,
is the
and it
pool
is
that focus
yeah,
is in.
it's
Okay,
from
got it.
intuition.
Okay.
So does that mean? Sorry, just quick mechanics question. Does that mean you cannot help in a pool that you don't have any drive in?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Have one of my intuitions.
Oh, thanks. So that'll be 1 gilded die for me. I have 1. So that's the 1. Then the 1 extra you gave me, and then the 1 that Pietro is giving me. So that's 3 total.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Math. I can do math, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Math.
Oh god. That's a 3 on the gilded die, so I'm gonna take the 4, so I will lose a drive.
Okay.
You know, Sombra, I think I remember something. I saw a book once. It was something. This is me helping.
Yeah,
Sombra.
this is you
I read a
helping.
book once.
I read a book once. Pretty sure that they might.
It was the one you let me borrow. You remember the one that about the ghosts and the poltergeist. It was, and yeah.
So you are. I will give you okay. Mixed success. So I'm trying to sift information in my brain. Okay.
Okay.
You do remember that book. You remember the book, a holiday carol, a festival carol, if you will. We'll call that a festival carol. And you are also aware of the origination of that story, because that's your thing, right? You got to know the dark fairy tale, right?
Yep.
And you know, just from different accounts that you've read, different books that you've read, different information, that there are creatures who prey on the people who are vulnerable at this time of year, which are the people that don't participate in the festival, because as everybody knows, the Festival of Lights originated as a way to keep out the darkness and to keep out all of the bad things that would come on the long night, the longest night of the year. It's less scary than it used to be, because people are just so removed from the things that go bump in the dark. But there's definitely various creatures that would prey on those that are left out of the light. A lot of which will prey on their negative emotions. Demons,
There
if you
are.
will.
Yeah. No, I'll convey all of that towards the others. There are creatures who get very hungry this time of year. They prey on all of the negative feelings and energies. Most people, for the most part, stay safe, basking within the light and all the joys that come with this time of year, but that also doesn't mean that the things that go bump in the night don't get hungry. There is something certainly amiss here.
Well, Lemon, do you feel like visiting your old professors?
No, but we will.
Yes, the question was rhetorical, and we are going to do
Oh,
this anyway, but I thought it
okay.
would be funny to ask you.
Oh, no, can we come up with a lie, like, of an actual agency maybe I belong to, so I can prove to them, hey, I might not be in school anymore, but I'm okay, I'm fine in your face.
Of
Fuck
course,
you for giving me that
you can
D.
pose as my accomplished oh my gosh, I'm losing the word. What's like a trainee?
Trainee.
Internship.
Apprentice?
Yeah, apprentice, that's
Apprentice,
what.
that's it.
You can, yes, I will tell them you are my very talented apprentice.
Apprentice in what?
We will come up with this later. It is
Okay.
best to not think too far ahead. You have to let it flow, you know.
Okay.
But whatever they say, Lemon,
Mhm.
focus on the cheer, focus on the good. These things in the night are looking for darkness.
Hmm.
Stay light.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Mel's whole corner of the screen is.
Can't see me.
Okay.
Well, it works
So,
inversely for Mel. It's like darkness is light for Mel, so you know,
fine.
like
Yeah.
Sombra wants to do the opposite.
Right.
I'm
exactly.
immune.
The darkness makes Sombra happy. It makes Sombra cheerful. So it's got to be dark in order for cheer. Honestly, same. Okay.
Same.
So you guys, go. You hop on the train. That goes around, and let me. Yeah. So you hop on the train to the Briar Green. It takes a hot second just because it's snowing and it's getting later in the day. To Briarbank College. And as you walk onto the campus, you can see that there are several OUP officers walking around campus.
Wait, in like a patrol-y manner or like something has happened here?
In a patrol-y kind of manner,
Oh,
I would say.
okay. I was
So
thinking,
they've
oh man, we're too late.
no, they've got they have defined patterns that they are walking. It's not like they're looking for something. It seems like they're just patrolling
Um,
outside of the professors on campus housing.
yes, this seems like good time to mention to you guys. We did run into OUP officer earlier, and they caught us on the site of the body. I do not think they will be too happy to see us again.
That is very helpful information.
Do we have any disguises?
Well, I could probably create distraction if you wanted to try and get in while they are not looking.
I mean, this disguise is more for you,
Oh, for me?
so you wouldn't be
I
recognized.
suppose. But my face is my brand. I want to be recognized.
If you were okay,
I'm saying merely that we do not want to get spotted by these. So we can wait for an opening,
yeah, and
or I can create an opening. Which would you prefer?
create no. What? No. Why am I making this decision?
I'm asking group. We are team
Okay,
here.
okay.
Well,
I
if
don't
they
know why I
just
felt like this was all
can't-
on me.
if they just can't see you two, then maybe I could distract them while you all go in, and then I will follow behind you since they won't be suspicious of me. I can
While
try and
while
pull
all of them
information
are
from-
figuring that out, I actually kind of want to take a step back from the others, and I would like to try one of my abilities.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. What you doing?
It's called Forbidden Ritual. You know,
Mm.
a highly complex and extremely dangerous ritual that will achieve a desired outcome.
Like
Okay.
5 feet away from us. An extremely complex and dangerous. Hang on, guys. Just I'm gonna step over here and don't mind me.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
It'll be
don't
fine.
worry about it. When you use this ritual, immediately take a bleed scar. Determine what the ritual is and what its effects are. Change the environment, conjure a phenomenon, or save a dying person. Those are just the options. So I personally, without putting anybody at risk, I want to change the environment and I actually want to cast a heavy fog so that we're able to sneak in and disorient the officers who are all patrolling.
Okay. All right. All right. What does this very complex and dangerous ritual look like?
So, I have a hand weapon. So for me, it's a dagger. So I will actually get on my knees on the ground, and with the knife, I'll slice my hand so that there's fresh blood, and I'll draw a circle that's all around, like kind of just entrancing, or sorry, circling all around me so that it's just really tight knit. And I'll make sure it bleeds enough where my hand is fully covered and I can place it on the ground. And you'll see she'll start speaking in like tongues, like of just these like languages that she's been learning from all the books and stuff that she's studied. And her eyes will roll back as when she's speaking in tongues, it sounds like it's echoing as all of the clouds start to darken, and it almost looks like clouds come from above ground, or sorry, from above, and they're seeping down and just casting this dark, like, kind of fog amongst everyone there.
All right.
I take a bleed.
You take a bleed scar.
Oh, a bleed scar.
Yeah. So you are scarred in some way by the bleed. This can manifest in a lot of different ways, but they are typically like a physical physical,
Mhm.
actual scar that makes you seem unnatural.
I'm just looking at some of the examples that are there.
Mm-hmm. So,
I think to add to the creep factor a little bit, I think what will happen is the tips of Sombra's fingers are actually going to start going black, kind of like she dipped her hands into like paint, so to speak, and it fades as it goes up her fingers, like towards her hand. Specifically on the one hand, she cut herself in order to do the ritual.
okay, absolutely. So you kind of start to lose feeling in the fingers of that hand as you place it in the snow before you, as it is bleeding. Your friends turn as you are speaking in tongues. And what is it that your friends do and say
What
as
what
fog
is
rolls in?
happening?
Evergreen just takes like 3 solid steps back from the situation.
All
Yeah,
right.
Pietro will follow.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Lemon feels like he's just back in college. You know, this is an abstract art piece.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just
It-
like snaps. Wow, that's a really
Pretty
great
much. Like he's
performance.
just yeah, yeah. I don't think he quite realizes what's going on.
I love it. Okay. Fantastic.
Pietro
So,
mutters to the doctor, we were just talking about how to get in, right? Where did this come from? I don't remember calling
I
for
guess this
blood
is
sacrifices. What is
a
happening?
way to get in. I do
Okay,
not
I
understand it, but
Well,
I
I guess
respect
we
it.
wait. I guess we wait to see what the end of this is.
as you were speaking, it's the fog, thick, thick. You cannot possibly see through it. It blots out a lot of the holiday lights that are in this area. And as this fog rolls in, and as Sombra straightens up, notices the lack of feeling in the fingers. You know, is kind of coming to after the ritual. Um, a very thin man in his skivvies comes running out of the um, out of the housing area. And the only reason you know this, since you cannot see it, looking at the top of his lungs for the ghost of holiday future to leave him the fuck alone. As he is running out. And there's the vibe changes, right? Like there's this sense of something dark present.
We have found next victim, I think.
But you can't see him.
Lemon, you said that he was mean to students, right?
Yeah, around this time of year.
Oh, Arden has an idea.
Uh-huh.
Arden's going to like back up and evaluate the group and like keep getting further and then just start like thinking about the worst, like least cheerful things, like her darkest thoughts, her meanest thoughts, so that he can try and draw the ghost to them instead of
Okay.
the
Can,
professor
can we
that's
hear?
going
Can we hear what they are? What is Arden's version of their meanest thought?
I do want to know that, yes.
Oh, okay. um
Just glaring at Lemon, like, man.
You're so dumb.
I think Arden doesn't want to admit it, right? But Arden's like, that everybody just slows me down. I should have never like gone back for anybody. I
Ooh.
I belong by myself. I should be alone. If I'm alone, then I can fix everything.
Roll sense.
Okay. I'm gonna use a drive. Come on. 6.
Hey! Damn! So the area around Dr. Evergreen kind of like just sours, right? Like you can tell that he is pissed, right? And this sense of overwhelming dread washes over all of you as suddenly there's this dark feeling. And Dr. Evergreen, you are transported internally, right? You are looking not at the group around you, but at a scene from your past. You know, you're looking at that moment you ran back and you saved Lemon. And you're seeing you being irritated that you had to go back and do that. And you're feeling that intense negative emotion while looking at yourself saving Lemon. And you hear it in your ears. You hear, "Do you see? You are selfish."
I am.
Tasty. Meanwhile, to everybody else, Dr. Evergreen is still there, but their eyes are kind of glazed. You do hear the I am come from her. Him, sorry.
Sorry, we hear the what come from the
I
doctor?
am. Evergreen says,
Oh,
I am.
that were in response.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel like the vibes shifting at
Yeah.
all? Like, okay.
Yeah, you all
So we
felt the
sense kind
vibe
of
shift.
darkness
You felt the dread. You
around.
felt the darkness.
Kind of around Dr. Evergreen, or just like
It's kind
or
of
just
washed.
in general?
It's kind of washed the area that you're in. Like it just
Got it.
feels very bad. No good. Very cold.
Okay. Oh, I'll pull out my freaking bleed detector.
Oh, it off the charts. It is just
Yeah, can
like,
I get a
oof.
can I like figure out maybe the source, like where it's strongest?
It seems to be Dr. Evergreen.
I think that our doctor friend has attracted the creature to themselves.
It would appear so.
What do we do? You know the rituals and stuff. What action should we take, Sombra?
I want to see if Dr. Evergreen responds to outside stimuli while being in the weird headspace trance
Okay.
sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Brina, I'm sorry. This is directed at you,
Okay.
not to Evergreen. I want to slap Dr. Evergreen.
Oh, go right ahead.
Because I don't want like something that's just like a light touch or anything. I want to see if there's like a volatile response to something just as volatile being done. So
Okay. So, so you slap. Dr. Evergreen does move with the slap. But Dr. Evergreen, you don't necessarily feel a slap. You feel like the air just got very electrified, and right next to you, a terrifying, roiling darkness has appeared. Claws, teeth. And it is reaching for you. It has like clawed at your cheek. Realistically, what would Dr. Evergreen do in that situation? Because it feels very real. It feels like this is happening.
Yeah. Dr. Evergreen first instinct would be be to like feel the claw marks and try to remember if this is exactly what it felt like to trace those claw marks in that door.
Okay. All right.
And then look at the figure and say, I am selfish, but I still went back.
You didn't want to. You're gonna end up alone.
It's not our
Cold.
thoughts. It's not our thoughts that make us who we are. It's our actions. I went back. Are you going to attack me? Because you think I'm cold?
Going to attack you because you're not protected. Not because I think you're cold, but you are. You should hate yourself. Hate yourself for the thoughts that you feel. You can see yourself lying in a bed, cold, alone. On the outside, frost gathers on Dr. Evergreen's cheeks.
And did they physically respond to the slap?
So their body, like reacted, right? And then
Yeah,
you
but
saw
like-
the fingers come up
Okay,
and touch, and you hear the words that they are saying.
but they didn't like look at Sombra or anything like that.
No,
Okay.
but you can definitely see that they are talking to somebody who is not there.
Yeah. Lemon, do you have the vial?
Yes.
Lemon, do you have a bleed containment vial? I
Yeah.
only have one gear slot left, so I just, in case I need something else.
Yes.
Quick, I think we need to use it.
Okay.
How do we use a bleed containment vial?
So
Guess
typically,
it's as
Like,
good as
out
mine.
of character.
you guys know that a bleed containment vial, you can just put it up kind of to anything that has bleed on it and it will draw it away.
Mhm.
Typically, this is smaller amounts of bleed, not a whole entity, but you have heard of somebody doing that before. You're just not entirely sure how to get a whole entity into this.
Perhaps we can at least slow the process if we draw it partially away. Look at Doctor. They are freezing right now before our eyes.
Yeah, Lemon opens up the bleed containment vial and holds it up.
Okay. Some of the bleed is drawn off of Dr. Evergreen, but it seems that this entity is very strong. It's fed quite a bit.
Doctor, I know you can hear me. Even though you don't think you can, listen to me. You need to help us. You need to throw this thing off of you. You are not selfish, or perhaps you are. Everyone is. But you need to fight back.
Okay. What's Sombra doing right now?
Oh, so this is a mechanics question for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to use an ability more than once?
You are.
If it's a once a session thing, it'll say like once per
Yeah.
assignment.
Because it doesn't say it on this, and I'm just...
Okay.
It just says, using the ritual, you immediately take a bleed scar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think the downside is you take a scar and you can only take 3 of those before your character
Before you die.
literally can't be in the game anymore.
I
Mhm.
know.
Okay.
I lost feeling in one hand, it's fine.
Okay.
So... Because Evergreen is actively dying, I do want to use the Forbidden Ritual again.
Okay.
Because the only reason... Hmm. The only other thing that I have, honestly, is either Great Wards, which is just movement, but I don't think this would help Evergreen in the moment, because...
I have a suggestion, Mel, if
Yeah.
you're open.
Yeah.
I know our wonderful helpful GM mentioned that we had maybe heard of how to like banish a whole creature.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's
We
true.
couldn't quite remember. Maybe
High
just like a
stress?
focus check or something. Like
Yeah.
see if we can remember any more information.
High stress environment. Do I remember more?
Yeah,
High stress
exactly.
environment.
I'll help you. I'll give you
Okay.
a drive.
Roll
Alright.
focus.
Lemon, wait, does Lemon want to help too? Because multiple people can
I
pitch
don't
in.
have any drives.
Oh, you don't have any drive and intuition.
and
I have drives, though.
no, all of my drives are nerve.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good. I have
I
no drive
do
and
have
nerve,
drive,
so.
though. Am I able to do drives myself?
Yeah, you can add
Okay.
drives to your roll.
Is there a maximum of how many?
No.
You just can't have more than 6 dice in a
Yeah.
pool.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at 2 right now, so I don't trust
Burn it,
myself, so
burn it,
we're gonna
burn it.
do 4 dice, so I'm gonna use
2
2.
drive.
And you took mine too, right?
Yeah, so I'll have
Okay.
4 total.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. And then
What was our hang on, what was our circle thing again?
If you are helping somebody and they fail, you both get a drive back.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good to know. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think you helped somebody earlier and they failed.
So I have a 5.
Okay. All right. So you do you know that in order to do that with like a bleed containment vial, it's going to need a little bit more juice than that. Like you guys are going to have to either find a way to power it electrically or metaphysically,
Mm-hmm.
or do a whole, like you could potentially include others in your ritual
Mm-hmm.
to their own detriment in order to get the juice to do so. But it's going to be a not great process for everybody. Obviously, the better way would be finding some other mechanical way to superpower a bleed containment device.
So, do you want the bad news or the bad
Just
news?
give me all the news. We don't have much time. Quick.
Yeah,
What do
the
we do?
frost is creeping over
So-
Dr. Evergreen's cheeks, over their eyes.
So, 2 options. One being I perform a ritual, all of us are involved, all of us take a little damage, most likely we still save Evergreen. That's the first option. The second option is we try to find something to juice up the bleed containment vials, and I have one in my arsenal as well of gear.
Juice, like what do you mean? Electricity?
Electricity. It's either the mechanical way of doing things or the metaphysical. But either way, we have to make a choice quickly.
GM question.
Yes.
Would like an explosion be powering to this thing, or would it just destroy it?
I feel like
I don't mean like a big explosion. I mean like, like gunpowder.
gunpowder, no.
Okay.
Would not be helpful. But so the thing that would be helpful is like figuring out a way to tie it to a power source. If you can find one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Because it does have various like metallic pieces. It's not just a little tube. There's like
Okay,
different
so
metaphysical things going on.
would Lemon know the closest building for the studies that would have things we could hook to it?
Like the science building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Science!
The science building is just across the quad. It could potentially have everything you would need to do that, but also Dr. Evergreen appears to be fading very quickly. Their skin is
If
gaining
I
a very blue tone to it. Which, meanwhile, Dr. Evergreen, you are being shown some horrific potential futures for yourself.
would the bleed detector have enough juice?
Mm, you could
Probably not.
certainly
It's probably not
try.
much. It's probably not much more juice than what the vial has by itself.
You can certainly try. I will. Here's what I will say. I will say, depending on which option you go for, the barrier for succeeding is lower. So like, if you were going to try using smaller things to try and power, like find some smaller things, power the thing, then use it, you run the risk of failing, like of your mixed success
Yeah.
having a greater problem, right? Where you could lose Dr. Evergreen or one of your other people in the process.
I think Lemon's going to see if there's a way he can draw some of the bleed into him. So I think first he's going to grab the doctor and put them like above his shoulder like firemen carry and see if like the direct physical contact might do something.
Okay.
And
So
at the same time he's
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, you
I
go.
was going
You
to
go
say
first.
that at the same time he takes out the chocolate out of his pocket and like tosses it on the ground, stomps on it, and it's like freaking frack holidays. No. Always having to give, and it's so much money, and it's my uncle has the right idea. Making your own stuff's better. Bah humbug. And then he's gonna rush towards the science building.
Did I hear anything that was said to me earlier and or this?
You don't hear them at all. You only hear the voice in your ear that is whispering all the worst things, and it doesn't seem too perturbed by the fact that you are not as scared of it as everyone else.
Okay. I think when she realizes that, Dr. Evergreen kind of just like gives in and just starts saying, "I'm cold," like over and over again.
Oh, that's so sad.
Do we have a heat source?
Well, Lemon's body would provide some amount of
Lemon.
heat. Lemon. Interestingly, like Dr. Evergreen, you do feel your kind of tummy drop a little bit when your body is thrown over Lemon's shoulder, but that's not what it translates to in what you are seeing, right? Like what you are seeing is like falling off of a building and into darkness. It's kind of what that feels like. Okay, so Lemon has thrown Dr. Evergreen over his shoulder and is booking it to the science building. Sombra
Would
and
this be a
Pietro?
move roll?
Yes. Roll move. Do that.
Okay. Okay. Tenacious. When you have one or more bleed marks, skilled an additional die, which includes move. So I've got one in moves that's already gilded. So I'm going to use 2 of my nerve to add 2 dice, and one of those will be gilded.
Cool.
And yes, a 6 on
Very
a
nice.
gilded dice.
Like it books it. Lemon is just like booking it.
I guess I'll follow. I guess we are not doing ritual yet.
Going back. I'll be running after them too.
Okay. Well, you guys both roll a move roll as well.
Move roll, yes.
Totally. I will absolutely do that for you. I'm happy to roll a 3 for you. There you go.
Beautiful.
That is a 4.
Me?
Meh.
Okay.
4 for me.
4 is a little bit better than a 3. So Lemon, you get to the door to the science building. It is nothing for you. It's wooden. So even though it is locked, you yoink that motherfucker open.
Yeah,
It
I
just
do.
it like splinters the wood because 6 is a critical success. So I mean, you know, you gotta there's gotta be flash. You run over to one of the science rooms that you remember seeing, you know, people messing with electricity and all that good stuff. Sombra and Pietro are much slower than you, so you are already in the building and they're like halfway across the quad. What do you do, Lemon?
Oh, I feel like I should have offered Nerve to help both of you. Dang it.
We'll get there. It's
Um,
fine.
I guess Lemon's going to look around to see if there's something he can hook up to a bleed containment vial to
make
like juice it up.
make a survey roll.
Oof. 1 in survey. 3.
Okay. That's a failure, unfortunately. You're looking around, but it's not recognizable to you. This was not, you know, your forte. You're kind of panicking a little bit because you can feel Dr. Evergreen get colder.
Does any of that bleed spill over to me to help slow down the process at all? Like with me trying to be a grumbly, plus the physical contact.
I will make a sense roll. They didn't have you roll for that part.
Can I give
2.
a drive? Oh,
Oh, sorry.
you're fine.
You feel it. You feel the nastiness. You feel the cold. You feel the presence. You do take a bleed mark, but it does not
And
appear to be helpful.
immediately, I regain a nerve drive.
Beautiful. But it does not appear to help Dr. Evergreen. Okay. Minutes
Can I
later.
punch the cold in the face?
You asking to punch Dr. Evergreen in the face?
No, I want to punch the... Never mind. I'm gonna punch the cold out of Dr. Evergreen.
Yeah.
No, I'm going
Everybody's
to take
just
off
like,
my
maybe if I
jacket.
beat you
and-
up.
Maybe if I beat you up, it'll save you.
Wake up,
I'm
damn
gonna
it!
put my jacket on top of Dr. Evergreen. See if
Aww.
that helps any.
Is it like a Letterman
Maybe
jacket?
try and... Yes.
I think that's cute.
But instead of a letter, it's a lemon.
It's a lemon. Oh,
A lemon jacket.
lemon man. It's so cute.
Whoa.
He's adorable. Minutes later, it feels like forever. Pietro and Sombra, you run in and you can see the path directly to where Lemon went with Dr. Evergreen. You are panting as you come in the door because it's a bit exasperating running. Actually, you know what? One of you failed, right?
Yeah, I failed.
Take a body. You are very out of breath.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
As we've been
Doctor.
running, and once we reach the room, can I maybe both of us, or I guess help. Can I help Sombra find something to power this bleed file? Since
Yes,
it's
you
clear
guys.
that Lemon has not managed to progress that
Yeah.
far.
The whole area is very torn up. Like it looks like Lemon tried to find something. There's a bunch of stuff laid out everywhere, but he just couldn't. He couldn't figure out what would be useful for that kind of thing. You guys, one of you can roll survey, or both of
You
you can
go
roll
for it, Sombra.
individually.
I'll give you a drive.
Okay, so drive, and that's 1.
At this moment, I would also like to note that I have not been keeping track. I have not been keeping track of this, but Dr. Evergreen, take 2 bleed damage
Oh god.
Got it.
as you are
Okay.
being like consumed by this.
All right, I'm going to include 2 of my drives left because
Yeah.
I want us to. So it's a total of 4.
Okay.
Oh sweet, thank fucking Christ. 6.
6.
Yes.
A. Instantly.
At least where it's
Pietro.
important.
Pietro, Sombra, you guys get in there and like you're cold, you're out of breath, whatever, but you can see everything. Lemon tore like everything out of the cabinets. It's all right there. for you
Lemon
to
just dumped
see.
out everything.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
you guys are acting on like the same impulse, right? You are on the same wavelength. You grab wires,
Yeah.
you grab
I think
what-
Sombra will know what to do with it. So
Mhm.
Pietro, I think, is just grabbing anything that looks like it might work. And
Yeah.
like without even look, he's just like, here. What about this? Maybe
Yeah.
this.
There's wires, there's all kinds of things, and one of the things that you grab is a little generator sort of thing. So when you start it up, there's like a ball that spins in the middle, and it's like fire powered, so it's like you have coal that you've lit up underneath of it, and the ball starts spinning and spinning and spinning, and it generates some electricity. And there's a place where you can connect the wires. It seems like you could connect those wires to a bleed vial
Mm-hmm.
and maybe get the power that you need. So connect all of these things, working on it. Do you make the move? Do you make the move to do the thing? What do you do? How does this work?
Yep. I have a bleed vial in my possession, so I'm gonna scramble to get it, and it's just there's no time to second guess. You just gotta go for it.
Okay. So I would like a sense roll.
Sense roll. Okay. Done. Good with
That's what I would
that.
like.
You can have
Okay.
my last drive.
Okay. I think I'm gonna use my last drive too, just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
Oh, please. That's a 5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So it's the electricity is sparking as you hold up this bleed vial, almost like a gun, trying to get the monster to go into it, and you see physically this dark mist kind of seep out of Dr. Evergreen and into this vial. And Dr. Evergreen, you do take a 3rd bleed mark. But as the mist leaves you, your vision clears and you can see your friends around you. You can see Lemon over you. You can feel the warmth of the jacket. You're still covered in frost, but you're alive. And this entity lets out a screech, and there's this sound of like chains hitting and clanking as it goes into the vial. And you cap it. Dr. Evergreen, you are this close to losing consciousness. You will take a scar, a bleed scar. But everybody's alive, and you appear to have contained whatever it is.
I'm so scared to cheer right now. I'm just.
Yes. How's everybody doing in the sudden?
Are you all right, Dr. Evergreen? Can you hear us?
He just nods and like pulls the jacket like closer,
Oh.
and goes to say something, but all he can think of is how cold they are right now, and how cold they were, and just nods to you.
I do not wish to jinx this, but I think we may have done it.
It would seem that way.
Let's see.
Oh.
You're welcome. So, wrapping up, you do return this bleed vial to your lightkeeper. What I would like to know is, what do you guys do afterward? What do you do to help Dr. Evergreen and comfort each other after quite a intense fear that you might lose him? What does the cutscene at the end of the movie look like?
Sombra personally would be doing more of the occult stuff in order as a means to like comfort and like cheer up Evergreen's spirit.
Okay.
It's not the most pleasant thing to watch under any circumstances, but it's all out of the, goodness of trying to make sure Evergreen's okay, at least from the spiritual side of things.
Yeah.
The occult.
Pietro goes and gets some steaming hot servings of mulled wine.
Yes.
To share with everybody.
Jelly, I want some. Lemon, you were really scared there for a minute. You were watching Dr. Evergreen fade.
I think Lemon has made a hearty beef stew.
I love it.
Aww.
Oh yeah.
And is especially like pushing the food on the doctor.
Yes.
Like a worried mother, just eat this, eat it. It'll warm your bones. Have that, the mulled wine, a nice night's sleep. You'll be good.
We kind of wrap up this adventure. How does your bleed scar, Dr. Evergreen, look and affect you permanently?
It, from their heart, like that slice that they made on the other person, selfishly, because they wanted to know what was going on inside, is kind of like matched that scar that they gave the body in the beginning, and like kind of like permanent cold damage, black like frost, it looks like, kind of travels up her shoulder. And whenever he starts to feel selfish, whenever for a second he starts to think that he's better than everybody else in the room, he remembers that being cold-hearted is what's got him like this. And so whenever everybody's helping him and offering him wine and food and even the scary occult things that he does not understand, he accepts it, and not only with like an open heart, but for once in his life, an open mind.
Oh, that's some negative and some positive. We love it. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Even though you might be a Scrooge McMuggin, don't
McDuck.
don't let it get to you. Take this time to have a little bit of cheer, even if it's not lights and whatever,
Yeah, otherwise the ghosts will come and attack you and freeze you to death.
The ghosts of festivals past, yeah, and present,
Yarg.
future. Thanks for
I don't know why I
watching.
thought the arc was appropriate.
I don't know, but it works. And have a great one. Bye.
Happy holidays,
Bye.
everybody!
Happy holidays!
Bye.
Bye!